Yeah, guys, today this video we're gonna like do we're gonna basically try to do a video that is about using the mouse whenever you click the mouse, or you click the mouse. Okay, let me just say you use the mouse to click on any component, and it takes something that from there and it stores it somewhere. And if it stores it somewhere, we use it on anywhere that it gets stored. So people have been asking how we mean every time they ask of how do we like select a line from a combo box. Could be a combo box, could be anything, could be a radio group. Okay, let me just choose a radio group. Could be a radio group. Now we have a radio group here. Well, a radio group, I have my radio group here. Well, I like to say, for an instance, let me save what I have. Let me just do like that. I don't like saving any. I have this. Let me just go and save my work. Let me save it. Make open a folder for that. The folder will be called anything, and then I have to save my work in there. I save my work in there, and that's fine. So now I would like to show you an example of how maybe if we use a combo box. Let me just use a combo box. Yeah, there. Now we can use a combo box, and also a radio group. A radio group. Radio group. This is quite important, because it's quite important in most cases whenever you are given assignments and all that. This is quite important. It's always there that when you click on something, you check a certain line there, and much of you guys do not understand that, and I would like to make certain videos about that. Now I'll talk about clicking on any line. Maybe it could be a combo box, it could be anywhere, it could be a list box as well. So we do something. I would like for now to go to where I saved my file. I think I've saved my file under my documents, Embarcadero, and then all that projects. And here my file is open, and here I would like to create another folder, and in this folder I would somehow um, uh, create some sort of a file. So I would like to create a file. So this is what I do. I create a file. Then I would just have my names and all that, so that you guys get to understand how things are. Then I'll just show you guys what I'm expected of you most times, and what you are expected to do. Then I'll just make this wherever gender, we have a student number, we have an age, and then we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna have another name, so just to another name to make things work. When I have any student number like that, let me try to make the student number look a bit professional, things like that. And also I'm gonna have the age as well here, just to keep things balanced. When I have another name, just to make more things so that you guys get to understand. I made those videos back then with others. I didn't upload them, but now I just make sure that I make these so that you guys understand what we're talking about here. So now I can have another video, another person, another line of information. You know that it's gonna be male, and then when I have the student number of sort and sort, and when I have an age, I'm gonna continue keeping and having some names. I'm gonna have a name, so again I'm gonna have it like that, keep on going like that. Student number 2121. Anytime I can put anything. I can put any age here. I can put any age. Just do it. So I've got all the information I need. I think I'm done. Let me just put one just to make things okay, so things would look same and would seem normal. And there, just to make the 5. And now I made the mistake here. I don't know what that is for. This is just to make female. I made a mistake that on. So this one gonna be the student number. This one gonna be the age. So here we have what you call like that, and then I have to save my file. I go and save my file where I like saving my file as I'll save it as that, and I like to save my file as a CSV. Fine, you can save it as text, fine, but I like saving like this, and there I have my file. I know it's saved. There it is now. It's data, and I go back. You can see it is where my program is. I can just go like that and continue with my program, and there it's my program now. Now I continue. Now let's so what I did was just to for you guys just to have the file, and I would like to read the file here, but in this file that I want to read read from, I would like you to read here to the radio group, and I'd like to have something that definitely may somehow realign or align with what it's on the radio group here in the ComboBox. What I mean was that let's just do it manually. I would like to do it manually. If I do it manually, come to ComboBox, and I know the ComboBox has items. That's the way. And then I come here, items. So I can add the items manually. I can add just like that. Magdalene. Again, add Sipo, these names, and add Sandile, and add Lulama, and add a lot of things. Again, add dedicate and the hope well. I like to add that as friend name that are there, but I have Magdalene and Sipo that is there, and also I have Myvel. So these are names that I want to add. And I know that you guys have realized that these names, they do not all match with the ones that I have in my file, but it's quite, that's why I want them to be like this. That's why I'm going to show you why. So now I want this to load from a file here to this there. So I'm loading from a file to here, the radio group. So I would like that at least when the show gets created, the information gets loaded. I know sometimes we click a button. Okay, let's try click a button. Sometimes if I want the show, when I like for example, I want when the show appears, and then they mean that my information in all the file and the information in the file to get read into the radio groups, I can do that as well. That is an event. I can just click whenever this form appears. So I'll just click here, create form create, or I can say, but I don't want form create, I want form show. It's the same thing, but when it gets created, when it hits, I want when it gets shown up. But anyway, it's okay, fine, it's fine like that. But I want it when a button, so let's like you have a button called load, name button, and we have a button here. We know a button has a caption. We can come here and say load. Yeah, that's our load button. So whenever we click here, we expect information to come here, so expect to load. So that's why when I click the button, I'll have when I click the button, it's here. What do I want? I want the radio group. That's it, like that. When I click like that, and it gets help. I don't know why it didn't happen, but it gets. When I click like that, I want the radio group. Then I know radio group has what items. We know that items, they are what else, load from file, and then we know what happened if load from file, and then what, and then I come inside here, I say okay, I want to get into my folder, and then here is a folder where I have my folder is hope. I remember it's hope, and in that folder there's a folder again called data, and that is no, it's not called data. I think it's called like this, if I'm not mistaken. Then now I think that I can this like this. I have a folder called this, and in that folder there is information called data, data.csv, just like that. Let's run and see if we can find that. We'll have to save, and I'd like to save the work, and I've saved the work, and then I run. If there are mistakes, that will tell me. No mistakes, thank you. So when I load, I expect my information to appear on the radio groups where. So the radio group has the information or the data that I want. But I remember, I would like to, since you know that I've manually entered these names here, and you can see that these lines, when I add these lines, contains the whole of what you call the whole of I mean a lot of information that does not contain only the name but also the gender and student name and all that. But we like just that name. Let us at least, I want us to at least go and create another component which could be a list box that will enable us to store the names for us, only the names. So for that, in order for you, you have to, most of you used to ask about this function, but I will call, yeah, function. I can create it here, but I like it doing it here. It's okay up here. So but I will call this function, it's manually created. Sometimes they create it for you, it's not something that you can do it yourself. Answer string, call it get field number, just like this, call it field number. And then we know we want a line, so I'll explain to you in detail what. Then I'm gonna call a line, most spaces, it's just a line like that. And then we expect an int, yeah, it's an int, which is always a field number in most cases, and we expect char, and that's like that. And then now we can create our function. So I'll explain it to you why and how this thing works. Let me just create it. This I have a line, but I need to try to explain and I'll still explain back. And then if I create it, this line is what I receive as a parameter. And I would like to, because I know that in my line I will have what? I will have delimiters. Delimiters is what separates a file, like a comma, a tab, and all that. You know that we have a name, comma, a female, like that. Those are delimiters. So I mean write this, but I call it delim, just like that. Then I would like to add a delim to the last part of, to the last position of my my line, the line that I receive. The line has commas, but at the end it doesn't have a comma, as you have seen there in the file. It only ends with a student with the age. So I would like to add, at least I would like to add what you call a delimiter. The reason why I'm adding a delimiter, I would say delim. The reason why I'm saying it, because I want to able the program to at least keep on finding a comma. So I'm just trying to scam it. If it allows me that from 0, and we know that we have to loop, we have to use our field number, and you've seen, as you've seen, field number is the I++, like that. So but we still have to create what you call an answer string, a string. You can call it, maybe I like call it one line like that, and then we can do like this. When you can do it like this, one line, and there's one line. But for first time, let's also create what is called a position in poses. You know this. You can create it here anyway, it's fine. I can say my pose it's equals to a line dot what dot ANSI pause. There is dot ANSI pause. I would like to find what? I would like to find the comma first. That's the comma. This function only, I'll tell you, it extracts, it helps me get the field. What I feel, I mean, it helps me get a name, get me. That's how we used to write what you say, get line and all that, and you're getting the first line and chopping the whole line into pieces, and that's this function. I mean, that's how this what you call method do for us. So these methods do something that these methods like this, we have a lot of methods that sometimes replace, but these methods does something like that. So we see, and now what we have, we check our one line, and we check our one line like this. One line will be the line, because we have a line. Okay, we don't have a line, by the way, so we have a line. That's why substring, and we have the substring like that. The first one, we start from 1 and we end with pause, but -1. Explain to you, because why do we end at -1? Remember, if we have something and separated by a comma, we start from 1 and answer string start from 1. So if this is our string, we're gonna start here, but we are looking for a comma. When we get the comma, we know that the position will start from 1 to the comma, but we don't want the comma. That's why we say -1, because the pause will have the name, the number of, will have the value or the position of the comma. So that's why we say if the comma was here, so we know that we'll have the comma here. So to able for us to get this name, we want just to say -1, so that it doesn't get the comma. Unlike in 111, where the string has to start from 0, then you would only use pause like this. We wouldn't say -1, but now things change here like that. And then now we're done. So now we come and our a line dot delete. We're deleting, we start from 1, but because remember we want the comma to go away, now we say pause without like that, and then we can like do like that. And then this is the for loop. We come outside and return. What are we returning? Our line, the line that we got. Most, I would say, people will use to say, maybe it's quite to know this formula. I mean, it's very much important. If you like, you can cram it. So this function will help us according to what we want. If you want a field number, like one names will indicate only one name, so I'll show you how. So now I'm done with this function. It's fine. Let's come here. So what I want is that I want to create another what you call another, like to create a list box. This will have a list box. You have a list box like here. You should practice like that so that you guys understand this. I have a list box. This is here, and here we have a list box. So you see the list box is here. Yeah, the list box is like this. I am going to need the information here. So if I load, the information comes here. But I want to create another button that will load, not really load, but take the information, not this button, but another button to create, to take the information, to take the names for me, like shop names or anything that I want. It can be named with that. So button 2 is final code button 2. So the button 2 will take the information from where, from the radio group to the list box. So I have a list box like this. So I'll say list box. I know it's list box like that. List box 1. I know it has items. I know it has items like that. So items, and what you go. So, but there's something that I want. I want only when uh, okay, it's fine. Let's just take the numbers. We'll check that. Let's just take what we can. So we can say for loop, and then we create a for loop. So in the for loop, I would come here and say the for loop, and then make sure that it should loop. I know that we have what my information, all data, it's in the radio group. So the radio group like that. Others ask me, but the radio group does not have the count. Does it have the count? No, it doesn't have the count. Use items, it's fine, and it does have the count. Just you have to count items and count. Now there is the count, less than count. And then you come here. The reason why I use radio group, not list box, the list box, because the information that I want to load here, it's where it's in the list box. It's in the radio group. That's why I want to go through the list box, go through the radio group, and place my information where in the list group. So what do I want to do? I would say I would create one ANSI string here, ANSI string, that would help me get, we can say it's a line, I can call it line, and these will help me take a line from the radio group and put it in the list box. I would say it's equals to, then radio, like this, radio group items, that is what, and check the string. Each time when you want to take a line, like one, like the first, when I say string, I indicate what I want to take. Do I want to take the first line, which starts from 0, the fourth line starts from 0, but remember, I have what? I have a for loop. So let me I want to take all the lines, is it? So I want to take all the lines. I can say I, because the for loop will loop throughout the end. So I would like just to take each line whenever I roll. But now, what it's more interesting for me is this one. I would like to do this, and I'll still use the name line, but I hope you can get, I can create two variables, but I like to use the name line. I like to say line, it's equals to what? It's equals to get. When I say get field, now here it comes. If we get field, what do I want to put? Line. You can, I don't know, the line here, it has information. Remember, when I say line here, I know that I'm using the same kind of bit like I'm trying to confuse it, but it's the same thing. It doesn't change anything, because the lines here are just line is equals to line. The information here goes here, which is the whole line. It takes the whole line, but now I have to indicate which field do I want it. I want the first field, which is a 1. And what is my separation? The separation equal to the delimiter, it's a comma, you know that. So this will help you. If I want maybe the age is the fourth one, I'll put 4 here. I'll place 4, but I don't want that. I want the first one, which is here 1. So now it has to come and give me only the names. So but I want the names to be placed where we place in a list box. So I would say list box, which is list box 1, and I say items like that, items. And what do you want to say? I want to add what? I want to add the line, and then this is it, and this is what you want to see. Magic. Let me try and save and run. So each time, I don't know what the problem might be, but let me check. Delim, it's delim. Now there, it's fine. Then run. It's supposed to be delim. So there it is. Then each time I load information, you see here when I come here I got all the names. These names here, only the names. So if I want to say I want the gender, I have to come here and say I want the second, because the second field, and when I run I'll get everything. When I load here the name, when I want here the genders, same as all. When I want the student numbers, I have to say number 3, because the student numbers here, as you can see, you would see the student numbers are what I in field 1, 2, 3. I in field 3. So if I put 3 there and load, I loaded. I have to come here. You see student numbers, just like that. Can try and say therefore you see the age, so that you get happy, and then all that. And when I load, there it is. There are the ages. So that's it. But now I'm not done. I'd like to show you how now would like, since I have my names there, well, I want when I click on the list box something happens. Whenever we click on the combo box, I mean, when you click on the combo box, whatever the names, if the name that appears here is the same as here, what, it gets displayed somewhere or it gets deleted. Let's say no, it gets get deleted, not really like that. So we're gonna come, because I said when I click on the combo box, so it's gonna be an on click combo box only. I mean, gonna be combo box on click or combo box click. So that means I have to click the combo box. But here I have a combo box change, so I'm not supposed to have this one. So let me just come here to design again, because I have this combo box change. I'll show you one day the combo box change. It uses the wheels of the mouse. Whenever I roll it like that up there, the information gets same thing, but whenever it works when I roll. So now let's go to combo box, and then I say event here, and I go to, is it click? Yeah, in click event. So here when I click the combo box, I'll come in here and say when I click the combo box, I want when I click the combo box. So but because I want when I click the combo box, so if I click the combo box, something happens. Should what? Should get the information and from the from the list box. So I want to say that I know my combo box. I want to state a line, because when I click I will get a line, so I have to save the line somewhere. You can even do some programming, it's fine. I line, I call it line, it's fine, line like this. So here I have, so my line. Now when I click on a combo box, I would say that line is equals to my combo box, which is combo box like this. So when I click, each time I told you, when I click on it, you might click on the first, on the last, on the third, and second, and all that. So we don't know which one you're gonna take. So we know that the combo box is items, and strings means you want to take a line. But remember, we are taking a line, but not just manually saying it's 0, the first or 0. So we know we're gonna click. So it's like this. So we're gonna click. We're gonna say what in here. We're gonna say when I click the combo box. So I have to what? I have to say combo when I click the combo box. The combo box what? Item index. But this is not necessarily this other way that you can say combo box text. But I prefer this one, because it gives people what I mean, some sort of way with these strings, gives some sort of a way to understand that string stands for when you take like that, and you end it like this. So now this line, if the line that I have is equal, we want to delete, we need what? We need a for loop, remember. So we're gonna say I need a for loop, and here is a for loop. I'm gonna produce a for loop here. I'm gonna say int I. You're gonna come here and say we wanna go through what? We wanna go through, since when I click on the combo box, but I want the list box stuff to get deleted. So when it gets deleted, whenever I click on the combo box, and the same as the list box get deleted. So I'm gonna use the list box. I don't know why. What's happening here? I'm gonna do like that. So I'm gonna come here and say list box, just like that. Count. This allows the count like that, and just like that. And I'm here. And when I'm here, and then that's here. So how do I work now? So now I know I want to get delete whenever it's there. So I want to say first I have to use another line. I want to get another line. This will be line of what? A list line, list of this other line. You know that it was a line of what? Of a combo box line. It's like a line, but I just made it a line. So let's say that if the line I pressed, which is this one combo box, it's equals to okay, it's equals to, I want to do this, but I want first to do this first. I have to get the line in the list box, so I have to do like this, list box line. I know this, the list list line like that. It's equals to that list box, as you can see, items. The reason why I want people to use this item index, is ComboBox item strings, ComboBox item index, is because of the fact that you've got to know that when you use the strings, you take the line each time. But if you use the word ComboBox text, it's also fine if you know that the only way to take strings like that. But now it helps you to able to, when you like strings, you use strings like this. So we have like this one gonna be having strings, and then in the strings, since we want to take the string, the whole line, we're gonna only use, so we are going through the list box to check if they're the same. So we're gonna use an I here, and that's will enable us, whenever we are in the list box, we loop number one, we place it here, we check if it's the same with the one that we click at 0. When we come back, we're gonna go to 1 here, gonna be 1, we take a line from 1, we check if it's the same, then there and there and there and there and there. So here when I say list line, so we know that the list line, we've stored it here, and we can say like that. So what happens if I happen to find if they are the same, whatever in the list box that is the same, in that same line, delete it. So I will just call items, it's items, and some of you know that after items you want to delete, just say delete. What are you deleting? You are deleting the line. That's why it's I'm deleting the whole line that I find, and this will enable me to say, if I click on the link in the combo box, store the line in the line, so in the variable code line, store whatever I click on the variable code line, and then then go through the list box, and if I'm in the inbox 0, which now is 0, store that variable there, store that string there in the variable name called list line. And then if that name that you stored here is the same as that one that we clicked on the combo box, please go to that list box and delete. That's what it means. So you come and run so that you can see for yourself. I'll come and save if one and save and run like that. And when I load, I'm loading, and then here, so but I'm not really gonna want that, because remember in my list box, in my combo box, I have the name, so I cannot like click, if I click here and click here, I cannot get the same thing. So when I click here, I cannot get the same thing because there are names here, so I have to get what you call the same. Here I know its name, so they won't be the same, because if there are names and numbers, ages there, they won't be the same. But I would like just to come here before I run. I would just like to go to the combo box to remove this name combo box. It's a text, this is not a name, but it's text, but it's under it's under properties, text is written combo box, just to remove it like that, and things like and we save, and then we run, and there we run. So check, now I load, and remember in the information I have this. Now I load and I check the information here, and now check these names. Some names are the same. I have Magdalene, I have Sipo, I have Magdalene, I have Sipo, I have Myvillier, I have Myvillier, I have Pindile, but I don't have Pindile here. I have Zandile, I have Lulama, I have Hopewell and all that. So I would like to make sure that only when the names are definitely the same, they get in the list box, we delete it. So check, if I come here and say Magdalene, you see Magdalene is gone. When I come here again and click Sipo is gone. So check, I have Zandile, I don't have Zandile here. When I come and click Zandile, what happens here? Nothing happens. When I come back and click dedicate, nothing happens, doesn't not dedicate. When I click Hopewell, nothing happens. When I click Lulama, nothing happens. So when I click Sipo, nothing will happen because it's gone, doesn't match. But now this one, they're the same. The last one, check, if I click Myvel, you see it's gone. So the rest, they are not the same. They'll never go. I don't have Tulani Pindile on this side of mine, so I only have Zandile. If I click there, nothing happens, and that's what I want to show you. There's another video that I'm gonna make just soon now. Thank you. This video is for that, to understand you. Make sure that you practice, and it's gonna be so much productive for you if you keep on practicing. This stuff needs practice every day, and you play with it and you're accustomed to how they work and all that, and you're gonna be a master. And if you master everything, is on your game. Thank you.